Today's topic is about HST on buying residential home that's brand new. Now, before I get too much into depth, every week I send out an email about money saving tips and real estate tax tips, all designed to help you build your long-term wealth and live life on your terms. The email takes 5 minutes to read and over 10,000 Canadians get it. Think you'll like it. Sign up using the link below. Who doesn't love new homes anyway? Buying new homes often means that you have to wait for them to be designed and then built from scratch. From the moment you sign the agreement of purchase and sale to the time you could physically move in, it could range from a year to 5 years down the road, or even sometimes in certain cases, with the condo market, it could be even 7 years delayed. Like anything you purchase here in Canada, you have to pay HST when you purchase a new build. A client who's a real estate agent asked me how builders can avoid charging HST on new homes. Well, and then another real estate agent reached out to me directly asking me the HST implications on buying assignments on pre-construction homes. Well, there are a lot of confusion when it comes down to HST charge on new homes and HST rebate calculation. So today, we're going to go into depth into explaining the HST implication on purchasing a brand new home. A lot of confusion comes from misunderstanding of how HST works in newly built homes. Let's start by explaining the two HST rebates available on new homes. The first one is called GST HST New Housing Rebate. Let's call it HST New Housing Rebate from now on. Now, to qualify for this HST New Housing Rebate, you must have an intention to move into the property at the time of purchase, which is at the time when you sign the agreement of purchase and sale. And one of the biggest advantage of this new housing rebate is that you can assign it to the builder to claim it on behalf of you. Now, the second type of the residential rebate, new residential rental rebate, it's called HST New Residential Rental Rebate. You cannot assign it to the builder to claim it on behalf of you. You have to apply for it separately. And to qualify, you need to have a 1-year lease signed. And the turnaround time to get your rebate money back is about 3 months. Now, you have 2 years after the closing date to submit your application. And it's also important to get a better understanding on how HST works with new build homes. The best way to start is by looking at an example. Many people have a lot of confusion in terms of whether they are paying HST on buying a new homes or not, and how do they apply for the HST rebate. As a matter of fact, I got questions even from my friend who's also an accountant, a licensed accountant, when they were purchasing a new home a few years back. Well, the reality is that people generally don't understand how builders calculate their sale price, and that's the sale price that you see on the billboard. So let's go into the detailed example in terms of how the builder built their post-sale price that you guys see on the billboard, on advertising, on newspaper, what you see, and then so you would get a better understanding of how this would work. Now, let's assume in this case the sale price on builder's book on builder's financial statement, the profit and loss statement, they intend to sell it for $500,000. The price of this condo or this new home, they intend to sell it for $500. They are required by law, the tax law, to charge 13% sales tax on the $500,000. 13% sales tax of the $500,000 sale price would be $65,000. So the gross sales price, including the HST, would be $565,000. Now, but remember, the builder would be eligible to claim the new housing rebate, HST new housing rebate, which is $24,000 in Ontario, on behalf of you if you intend to move in as a buyer, or if your immediate family member intend to move in as a buyer. Builder always assume that they would get the new housing rebate on behalf of you. So when they advertise, what they advertise is this sale price of $541,000. What you don't see is that the math behind the scene that they are assuming you are going to assign the new housing rebate to them, and you are also being charged a $65,000 HST on the new home. The new housing rebate, as I mentioned before, is assigned to the builders to claim, and the buyers out of all the legal documents that you sign, with the agreement of purchase and sale, and at the time of closing, that you are going to your intention is to be using this new home as your primary residence, and that's the only way that this $24,000 new housing rebate could be assigned to the builder to claim on behalf of you. And so it's important to understand the difference. If you are not buying it for yourself, you are buying it for as a rental, you are not eligible to claim this new housing rebate, $24,000 new housing rebate. You cannot assign it to the builder to claim it on behalf of you. So in another word, if you're not moving into the new house and you're using it as a rental, you will have to compensate the builder of this $24,000. You will have to pay $565,000 at closing instead of $541,000. Now, then your question may be, well, can I get this money back? Because this is $24,000. It's a substantial amount of money. Well, the reality is you're eligible to claim the new rental rebate that's available. And this amount is available for you to claim. The $24,000 same amount is available to claim, but it is only available after you close and with a 1-year lease agreement. That's the difference between the two rebates. At the time of closing, you need to pay the full price with HST to the builder. At the time of closing, after you sign a 1-year lease with your tenant, you can fill out the proper paperwork for the form with CLA together with the 1-year lease, together with the statement of adjustments that you get from your lawyer. You would then be able to get the $24,000 back, assuming that you apply within the 2-year deadline period. I understand that there's a lot of confusion because the terminology used by CLA is extremely similar. One is called new housing rebate and the other one is called new residential rental rebate. So new housing rebate is the one that you're moving in. New residential rental rebate is the one that you're leasing out. New housing rebate is the one that you are eligible to assign it to the builder to claim. New residential rental rebate is the one that you have to apply on your own by yourself in order for you to get the money back. Now, why is it so important? Because this is one of the most audited area by CLA. If you search CLA, real estate sector, this page has been in existence since I started practicing in this area. You can see that there are a lot of HST issue, and you can see the amount of money that CLA has got back, $584 million. And there were 41,000, just under 41,000 cases being resolved. And CLA was able to get back $584 million. Out of the $951 million that they got from Ontario, $584 million was from this GST, HST, new residential and new rental rebate. And this is the reason why it's so important for us to get a better understanding of what happened. Now, in the next section, I'm going to go through a few court cases that CLA has gone through, and so you can get a better understanding of why this is important. There are so many court cases around this particular area just because of the confusion caused by the name and how you claim it. So let's just go through a few court cases, which is very common among our taxpayers. So let's get started. In an earlier court case, the taxpayer originally purchased a new home with the intent to move in after his wedding. Unfortunately, life happened and the couple split up and the wedding never happened. He sold the house a short time afterwards, after closing. And CLA disallowed the HST new housing rebate, the one that you claim you are moving in. CLA disallowed the application on the basis that the taxpayer did not have the intention to move into the new home as his primary residence, largely based on the fact that, well, he didn't change his address with CLA and Ministry of Transportation from his parents' house, which he lived before, to the new home. He appealed to the court and he was able to win the case. Well, yay for the taxpayer, because he kept the documentation of his hydro bills, and he has hydro bills that's sent to the new place. He has his friend's testimony that they help him move from his parents' place to his new place. This also goes back to our general principle when it comes down to claiming any deduction or any rebate. Keep good documentation. Even as trivial or as unimportant as hydro bills, they could still be evidence in court helping you to substantiate your position. And keep in mind that to qualify for HST rebate under the new residential home program, you need to demonstrate that you intend to move in at the time when you sign the agreement of purchase and sale. Intention, obviously, is a subjective matter. Providing all corroborative evidence to substantiate your claim would definitely help the position of your claim. So this means that your hydro bills, your internet bill, your moving bills, all these matters. And of course, your driver license as well. On the other side, if your intention was truly to invest in a newly built home and rent it out, and you have never had the intention of moving in, don't lie. All you need to do is pay the HST rebate upfront. It's just the rebate amount. Typically, is $24,000 in Ontario. All you need to do is to pay that $24,000 upfront at closing. And as soon as you sign your rental agreement, 1-year lease, you will be able to claim your money back. Now let's look at another court case in 2016. A taxpayer moved into a new house for half a year and then moved back in with her husband afterward and rented the new residence out, this new place out. Although this taxpayer claimed that she moved in, she was unable to provide independent evidence at all. So no corroborative evidence, no hydro bills, nothing to substantiate her claim that she lived there before. Her appeal to the court was disallowed and she didn't get her HST rebate back. Sucks. Now, in another 2016 court case, a taxpayer claimed that he or his wife was living in the new home while waiting for the current resident to be sold and repairs to be completed at the new home. They subsequently sold the new residence 3 months after closing. They don't have any documentation to provide to support their intention to sell their original primary residence and move into this particular new home as their primary residence. So the taxpayer provided an agreement for purchase and sale for their current residence date 2 years afterwards, trying to prove their intention was to sell their old residence. So inconsistent evidence would not help you to position to support your claim in court. And unfortunately, that case was dismissed in court. In conclusion, if you want to move into a new home, make sure you do move in and you have evidence such as bills showing that you have moved into your home. Now, one of the most common questions that I get is, what if I don't want to put up the money at closing? I don't want to put up the $24,000 at closing. Can I just lie about it? What are my chances of getting caught? Well, your chance of getting caught is huge. The reason is because CRA is going after people. They have worked out a system to go after people who have not moved into their property within 1 year, and they're consistently aggressively going after that market because, well, as you saw before, they've recovered over $500 million from just the HST rebate alone. In the most recent court case that I've seen just happened a year ago, there's a taxpayer that applied for new housing rebate, the one that you claim that you're moving in, but truly rented out the property afterwards. And CRA caught on to him and disallowed the claim. And he forgot all about the case and was under the assumption that he could apply for the new residential rental rebate back. But he ended up missing the deadline of the application. Remember, the new residential rental rebate is only available for you to apply and to claim within 2 years after the closing. So CRA disallowed it. He filed an appeal and the court sided with CRA because he missed the deadline. So make sure that you do the right thing. If you're moving in, keep the documentation, or if you intend to move in, keep the documentation. So that would be able to support your claim, the new home rebate. If you're not moving in, you know that you're going to rent it out, put up the $24,000 at the time of closing, apply for the new residential rental rebate properly after closing with a 1-year lease within the 2-year deadline. That would help you sleep at night, not get into any CRA trouble. Until next time, happy Canadian real estate investing.